Sepulchure is the most difficult boss in all of Dragon Fable. You're not even supposed to win this fight against him, but you know this, we've already done 2 of these videos. So far we've been able to fight Sepulchure to a draw. However, in the last installment we discovered that Sepulchure fully heals each turn, meaning that we need to do over 62,000 HP in damage in a single turn to actually achieve victory. Now, I'm sad to say that in the past year, no update has come out that lets us conclusively do that. Maybe next year if Flash Reaper 3 comes out this year. Meaning that at this moment in time there is no point in seriously trying to challenge this version of Sepulchure this year. Which means that we're going to have to make do with the challenge version of Sepulchure, which you can fight at the Inn at the Edge of Time. Which really is beyond frustrating to admit. Because I mean, this version of Sepulchure is so weak, he's so weak! There is no glory at all in defeating him like that. So, to take out my anger, I decided that we are not going to just defeat this version of Sepulchure, no, we're going to absolutely humiliate him. Now, what would be the ultimate humiliation? Defeating him while wearing his own armor? That is already quite embarrassing, but we can do better. Also, it has been done before. Now, the truly most humiliating defeat I can imagine is not by being defeated by someone wearing your own armor, but by someone wearing the Snugglebear armor. For those of you who don't know, the Snugglebear armor is a joke armor which you can access via the Heroes Hearts Day storybook. And it is absolute garbage. I mean, none of its skills are any better than just pressing the regular attack button, which makes it perfect to absolutely crush this version of Sepulchure with. Now, when distributing our stats, we're going to max out our charisma stat, because make no mistake, it will not be us doing the majority of the damage. It will be our pet dragon and Calagon. The remainder of our stat points we're going to want to put in our strength and endurance stat, to hit a bit harder ourselves, but also so that we can function as a sufficiently durable punching bag for Sepulchure until we can claim victory. To this end, we're also going to build our resistance again. Now, this version of Sepulchure does not attack with the element darkness, but with the element evil, which is a bit harder to build resistance against, but in total we are able to achieve a total evil resistance of 78, meaning that 78% of all incoming damage will be negated. We will also use the special effect of our Vile Rose Sword to give us a 10% increase in our damage output against humans, including this version of Sepulchure. We're also bringing a ton of food items and potions, and that will have to do. Let's begin the fight. And make no mistake, Sepulchure, we're going to snuggle you to death! Now, at the start of the fight, things appear to be going quite well. However, this Sepulchure has a mechanic that the lower his HP drops, the higher his resistance to all rises, which eventually caps at 94. This is his so-called resilience. This will vastly delay our progress. What's more is that Sepulchure's damage output keeps increasing the longer the fight continues, and after 150 turns have passed, his damage will increase 5-fold, at which point all hope will be lost. This means that this fight will never end in a draw. Either we can defeat Sepulchure quickly enough, or we will fall to his ever-increasing damage. The definitive victor will be decided here. Now that we're at the halfway point, the true battle really starts. Not only is Sepulchure's all resistance getting frustratingly high, he now also deploys a new mechanic. He heals. He heals 1% of our max HP per turn for some of the time, to be precise. This is also why we have not increased our endurance stat to the max, because that increases our max HP, but also increases Sepulchure's healing ability, which is terrible, because as little as a heal as it may seem, combined with his ever-increasing all resistance, his heal is a major problem for us. But worry not, for we have 2 ways to counter this, even as a Snugglebear. First of all, we're going to abandon the 10% increase in damage effect of the Vile Rose Sword, and going to switch to the special effect of the Creature Claw. This weapon has a whopping 33.3% chance of increasing the enemy's health resistance on attack, meaning that the amount the enemy can heal gets lowered. The downside, however, is that I believe this effect can only be activated when using the regular attack button. Well, I say downside, but to us at this time it is no downside at all, because using our regular attack button is just as effective as using any of our skills. Well, except for one, which is our second way to decrease Sepulture's healing ability. Because we have this skill, which is not part of the normal skill set of the Snugglebear armor, but is available to us because we have equipped Yuanta's blaster as a trinket. This skill also increases the enemy's health resistance. The downside, however, is that it has a pretty long cooldown period before we can use it again. Now, let's see how well these countermeasures work. And now we're actually getting into some very dangerous territory, because although Sepulchure has so little HP left, he heals relatively a lot now, because he heals 22 HP some of the time each turn, which is more than any individual attack of ours does in damage. So now we have to hope that our combined damage that we do keeps outweighing Sepulture's heal. We need to heal ourselves as well, and we've exhausted our food items for that, so we now need to heal using our potions, which also costs us an extra turn. The reason we damage him only so little is because he now has a 93 resistance to all, so 93% of all incoming damage is now mitigated for him. And usually with normal cool classes you can work around that by using skills that lower Sepulture's all resistance, but obviously the Snugglebear armor does not have that. There are also pets who can reduce the enemy's all resistance. For example, Stand the Scan Orb does that very well, but this Sepulture has a mechanic that if you try to use Stand the Scan Orb, he negates the effect. It doesn't work. But luckily, our dragon can also somewhat lower the enemy's all resistance. You can do that very minimally, like -10 all resistance he gives, but the difference that it makes now between 93% and 83% I expect to be huge, and maybe this will even give us the win. And let's see how much of an impact that has when we use it now. In combination with our outrage skill. Would like it to have worked better, but I think it may be enough. It's such a pity that it has such a long cooldown period. Oh dang, 100 damage! Oh my god, it was great! The last 400 HP of Sepulture, come on! Oh, we do so little damage now. The effect has worn off and it takes so long before we can use our skill again. Now his heal is outweighing our damage. His HP will be increasing, while his damage is also continuously increasing. Okay, so now our dragon's powerful attacks are almost ready and usable again. Sepulchure now has 96 all resistance. Only 4% of our damage will get through. But maybe it will be enough like this. Because after this, 86% of our damage will get through. Don't stun us, please. Darn it! Yes, 86, okay. Now, give him all you got in Caligon. Ah, is that all? Oh god, oh man. This, if you do about 100 damage again, I would be so happy. 78, that's so good. Less than about 100 HP left. Ah, but he does so much damage now. He has 97 all resistance. Darn it, man, we need to heal again. It was our last potion. Oh, he's gaining HP relatively so fast now. If we can just survive until our dragon's powerful skills are ready again, then maybe just not let Sepulchure heal above 100 HP. Okay, the cacao berry juice of the Moglins is our last way to heal now. Sepulchure is gaining HP steadily. We are losing so much HP. Three damage, man. Still 4 turns until we can do our ultimate moveset again. We won't survive. Will we survive? Oh, he misses, yes. He misses again. Ah. Oh, hope Elpis is on our side. Oh, come on. Okay, now we reduce his all resistance again. 107 HP. That's the number to beat. 87 all resistance. Come on. That's quite good. 40 HP left. $21 HP left. We can do it, right? Oh my god, 88 all resistance. And we need to do 21 HP in damage. This is our ultimate Dragon Blast, the move that does the most damage that we can do right now. If we miss, and this is the end of our ultimate moveset, then we don't make it until our next rotation. We'll die before we can use these moves again. It takes 14 turns for them to cool down. So this is it. We'll have to kill him now. Come on. Yes! Take that, Sepulchure! You have been snuggled to death. You have been defeated by a Snugglebear, your challenge version. I'm so happy. It was so close. It was so close. We did it. We did it. We beat him in the most humiliating way possible. With the freaking Snugglebear armor. Well, I don't know what to say anymore now. I hope this makes up for the fact that we have not challenged him at full power this year. We'll see what we can do next year. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.